أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من همزات الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله على ما على أشرف الأنبياء حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى أهل بيته المظلومين المعصومين المنتجبين الأخيار الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا.
اللهم صل على محمد
اللهم صل وسلم على مولانا وإمام زماننا وولي أمرنا الكهف الحصين وغياث المضطر المستكين مولانا حجة ابن الحسن المهدي.
اللهم صل على محمد
واجعلنا من خيار أعماله وأنصاره والمستشهدين بين يديه، واللعن الدائم الأبدي على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بذكرى شهادة الإمام محمد بن علي الباقر. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرزقنا في الدنيا زيارته وفي الآخرة شفاعته ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. In the beginning, we would like to offer condolences to our present Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallahu Ta'ala Fajr Sharif, and all believers, all mu'mineen, for the martyrdom of our fifth Imam, Al-Imam Muhammad ibn Ali al-Baqir. بذكره صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل
Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to visit his holy shrine, inshallah, in Baqir, and give us tawfiq to receive and deserve his intercession on the day of judgment. ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
First of all, same as our other programs about the events of Shahdat and Wuladat of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, inshallah, a short and brief biography of the Imam alayhi salam, and then we will mention different aspects of the life of Imam alayhi salam. As you know, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, our fifth Imam, was born the year 57, the first day of the month of Rajab. First day of the month of Rajab, the year 57. And he was poisoned in the city of Medina. He was born in the city of Medina. And he was poisoned the year 114 in the city of Medina, 7th day of the month of the Hajj, same as tomorrow, the city of Medina. Therefore, our Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, lived for 57 years. And he had the responsibility of Imamah. He was the Imam and the leader of the Shia for almost 19 years. But during these 19 years, Imam alayhi salam had so much difficulties and good chance that we will inshallah talk about them inshallah ta'ala after your Lord salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
As you know, Imam alayhi salam is son of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, our fourth Imam, son of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, son of Amir al-Mu'mineen, grandson of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the mother of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, her name is Fatima bint al-Hasan. Fatima, daughter of Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam. And she was a very righteous lady, to the point Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam described his grandmother, Fatima bint al-Hasan alayhi salam, with some beautiful words that you cannot find this word for other than Fatima to Zahra salawatullahi alayha. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, Kanat jaddati, my grandmother, Fatima bint al-Hasan, كانت صديقة لم يدرك في آل الحسن مثلها. She was Siddiqa, same as the word that we have about Fatima to Zahra, Siddiqa al-Kubra. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, my grandmother, Fatima bint al-Hasan, كانت صديقة. She was a righteous and honest lady, to the point there was not anyone equal to her among the children of Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam. So she was a very famous lady, to the point she was alima. Not only she was Siddiqa, she was also alima. People, the women, ladies, they would go to mother of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. They would ask their questions. Therefore, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, from his paternal and maternal, she reached to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's why the only Imam who we can describe him, and ulama and the historians describe him, that Imam al-Baqir هو هاشمي بين الهاشميين وعلوي بين العلويين. He is the only one who is Hashemi, while his parents, they are also Hashemis. His mother, Fatima bint al-Hasan, his father from Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib. He is the only one Hashemi بين الهاشميين وعلوي بين العلويين. That's why about Imam al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajah al-Shah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, we have in our ahadith that Imam al-Mahdi huwa wal ibn al-Hasan wal-Husayn, right? Assalamu alayka ya ibn al-Hasan wal... How it's possible? For example, among other Ahlul Bayt, we say ya ibn al-Hasan. It's true among all Ahlul Bayt. But we are proud of that Imam al-Mahdi is son of Imam al-Hasan and Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam. Many people, they say, so that's wrong. A person cannot be son of two brothers. No, it's possible. According to Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Since he is Hashemiyun bayn al-Hashemiyayn wa Alawiyun bayn al-Alawiyayn, the kids of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam also will be Hashemiyun bayn al-Hashemiyayn wa Alawiyun bayn al-Alawiyayn. That's why Imam al-Mahdi huwa ibn al-Hasan wal-Husayn. About the titles and alqab of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, he had so many titles. First of all, his name is Muhammad, not Baqir. Muhammad ibn Ali. He has so many titles like Ash-Shakir lillah, thankful and grateful to Allah. Al-Hadi, the one who was guided. Amin, the one who is trustworthy. We will discuss about it, inshallah ta'ala. Shabihur Rasul. We have few individuals that they look like the holy prophets. One of them is Ali al-Akbar. On the day of Ashura, when he went to battle, when he started to talk, people thought that he is Rasulullah himself in the army of Imam al-Hussein. Ashbahu an-nas bi Rasulillah khalqan wa khulqan wa mantiqan. Second person was Imam al-Mujtaba alayhi salam, Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam. That he looked like the holy prophets, to the point people, historians mention, كُلَّمَا اشْتَقْنَا رَسُولَ ذهبنا ونظرنا إلى وجه حسن بن علي. Whenever we missed Rasulullah, we would go and see the face of Imam al-Mujtaba. We would remember Rasulullah. As much as he looked like Rasulullah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And third individual is Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. That Prophet himself told Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. Beautiful hadith. Every year we mention this hadith. I don't want to say Arabic words, but it's a beautiful hadith. The only companion of the Prophet who was alive till the day of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, the oldest companion of Rasulullah was Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. He lived till the time of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Al-Ansari Prophet told him that, Ya Jabir, سَتُدْرَكُ وَلَدٌ مِّن وُلْدِي. You will see one of my son, who his name is my name. يشبهني في خلقي وخلقي وعلمي. He will be same as me in the way that he speaks, in his face, in his beauty, and in his morality. You will see him وهو يبقر العلم بقرا. And he will open the deepest level of knowledge. He will reach, or he will split the knowledge. Send my salam to him. Sallim salam ilah. Years after that, during the time of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, Jabir ibn Abdullah was a very old person. He became blind. He couldn't see anymore. He would go to the masjid of Rasulullah every day. He would call people, Ayn al-Baqir, Ayn al-Baqir. He didn't know the time of Salah. Ayn al-Baqir, Ayn al-Baqir. People would tell him, Baba, who is Baqir? They didn't know that title of Imam is Baqir. Who are you talking about? Who is Baqir? He would say, the owner of this title knows who I meant. Where is Baqir? Where is Baqir? Till a day Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam came to him. He told him, Ya Jabir, how are you? He said, who are you? Imam alayhi salam said, Ana Muhammad ibn Ali ibn Husayn ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib. Imagine, Imam alayhi salam was about 30, 40 years old. That man, the oldest companion of the Prophet, he stood up. He tried to kiss the hand of Imam alayhi salam. Imam didn't allow him. And then he wanted to kiss the foot of Imam alayhi salam. I didn't allow him. And then he said, Salam Rasulullah alayk. Rasulullah sent salam and peace upon you. And he told me, you are Baqir al Muhammad. You are the one among the family of the Prophet, the progeny of the Prophet, who will split the knowledge and who will open the deepest level of knowledge. Therefore, Rasulullah named Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam Baqir. Not only people. Yes, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam was the Imam alayhi salam among Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam who find this opportunity to spread the message of Ahlul Bayt. When Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, his Imam started, was during the time, the last years of Bani Umayyah and the beginning of Bani Abbas. So they were fighting for Khilafah. Their intention was to save their power. And it was a good chance, opportunity for Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam to spread the message of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. That's why we see and read in history that Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam established many schools. And not only the school of Shia was established during the time of Imam al-Baqir, even other schools of thought, Hanafiya, Hanbaliya, Malikiya, their religion, their school of thought started from the time of Imam al-Baqir until the time of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Madrasatul Tafsir. He established Madrasatul Irfan. He established that before that, the people, they didn't know all of them. They would read the verses of Quran. They had some scholars who would explain Quran and Kareem for them. That's it. No. Imam alayhi salam came and he established different kind of knowledge in the religion of Islam. He was a very famous person for his knowledge, to the point Allama al-Kulayni Ridwanullah ta'ala alayhi, in the book of Al-Kafi, he mentioned that قال Abdullah ibn Ada al-Makki. He was a great scholar of that time. Abdullah ibn Ada, to describe that person, if you go to Mashhad al-Rida, the shrine of Imam al-Rida alayhi salam, or in Mecca and Medina, I haven't been there, so I don't know. But people who went there, they told me that this is the same. There are small rooms in some shrines of the Medina and Imam al-Rida alayhi salam for ajwabatul istifta'at, answering the question. There is some Maulana over there. If you have any question, go and ask him. During the time of Imam al-Baqir, it was the same. But when this person, Abdullah ibn Ada, when he would go to Masjid al-Nabi, all those Maulanas, they would lock their doors. We will go to Abdullah ibn Ada. He is the most knowledgeable person among us. So look how knowledgeable Abdullah ibn Ada is. And he described knowledge of Imam al-Baqir. A scholar is describing another scholar, Imam al-Baqir. He said, ما رأيت العلماء عند أحد قط أصغر منهم عند أبي جعفر محمد بن اللهم صل على محمد. He said all the scholars, not only me, all the scholars, they were saying Imam al-Baqir. In front of Imam al-Baqir, they were like students. Another person who his name is Al-Hakam ibn Uyayna, who was, like, if we can describe this word or say this word, he was Wali Faqih of that time. He was the scholar of the Khalifa. All the scholars, Abdullah ibn Ata, and all the scholars, they were under the guidance of Al-Hakam ibn Uyayna. So such an important and knowledgeable person. Allame Kulaini mentioned that قال الراوي قد رأينا الحكم ابن عيينة مع جلالته في القرآن. So how knowledgeable was Imam al-Baqir? Tafsir of Quran al-Karim. That was the problem of that time, and unfortunately we have same problem in our time. People, when they read the verses of Quran al-Karim, they try to explain Quran al-Karim, whatever they understand from this ayah. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, Allah guide us in true path, the straight way. This is the meaning of Quran, and this is the tafsir of Quran. And people before Imam al-Baqir, they used to explain Quran al-Karim the same way. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam came and told people any tafsir of Quran al-Karim without the word of Muhammad or Muhammad, it's wrong and it's fabricated. In a beautiful hadith, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam said, إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ شَيْءٌ أَبْعَدُ مِنْ عُقُولِ الرِّجَالِ مِنْ تَفْسِيرِ الْقُرْآنِ. The hardest knowledge to understand for a mind or mentality of a person, of a man, is to understand the knowledge of Quran. This is the hardest knowledge. أبعد من عقول الرجال من تفسير القرآن. الآية تكون أولها في شيء. The beginning of ayah is about something. وآخرها في شيء. End of ayah is about something else. وهو كلام متصل ينصرف إلى وجوه. And it's one verse, one ayah, but a different meaning. Same we have ayah al-Tathir. Beginning of ayah is about the wives of the prophets. In the middle of ayah, we did all the word of ayah changed. إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنكُمُ الرِّجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ. In the next ayah, we will go back again toward the wives of the prophets. So beginning of ayah about something, middle of ayah about something else, end of ayah about something else. So how can we describe this ayah? How can we explain this ayah without Ahlul Bayt? Without those who, even Quran al-Karim itself described them. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Go and ask Ahlul Dhikr if you don't know explanation of Quran, if you don't know tafsir of Quran. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam came and told people there is no tafsir of Quran, there is not correct tafsir of Quran without next to the door of Muhammad or That's why we have in Rajal Kashi, the one who mentioned the name of narrators and the books of Shia. He mentioned in his book that we used to have a book by the name of Tafsir Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Same as we have Tafsir Imam al-Askari, we used to have Tafsir Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. All tafsir of Quran, but it's not exist between our hands. So something happened. Maybe they burn it, maybe it's lost in the libraries. So it was a book by the name of Tafsir Imam al-Baqir, and we don't have it. So Imam alayhi salam established Madrasatul Tafsir. Another school that Imam established Madrasatul Hadith. Ahadith Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Imam alayhi salam had some special students. He used to teach them, like Uzurara ibn A'yun, like Muhammad ibn Taghlab, Aban ibn Taghlab, many other students, Jabir ibn Yazid al-Ju'fi, or himself Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. Even though he was an old person, but he was like a student in front of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. And Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, the oldest companion of prophets, whenever he narrated a hadith from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, look at the word that he used. Even though he was Sahabi Rasulullah, the oldest companion of the Prophet, whenever he narrated a hadith from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, he said, حدثني وصي الأوصياء ووارث علوم الأنبياء محمد بن علي الباقر. صلى على محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد.
Another school that Imam alayhi salam established was Madrasatul Fiqh, the school of jurisprudence, Ahkam al-Islam. Imam alayhi salam had many students like Aban ibn Taghlab. Imam alayhi salam educated him, taught him the deen, the school, the duties of Islam, Ahkam al-Islam. Imam alayhi salam would send him to the multiple cities. And they got the word of Imam alayhi salam. One day Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam entered the mosque. Imam alayhi salam saw Muhammad ibn Aghlab sitting in the masjid and people surrounded him. They were asking their questions from Muhammad ibn Taghlab. Muhammad ibn Taghlab, he was shy when he saw Imam al-Baqir, that I am your students. You have to come and sit here so people ask their questions from you. When Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam saw him, Imam alayhi salam said, صلوا على محمد Imam alayhi salam said, Ya Aban, اجلس في مسجد المدينة وفد الناس فإني أحب أن يرى في شيعتي مثلك. Sit in the masjid of Rasulullah and give fatwa. You are alim al Muhammad. I taught you, I educated you for this time. Go and teach people knowledge of Arabic. So our scholars, our ulama, they are doing according to the amr of Imam alayhi salam. Our scholars, our maraji', may Allah bless and prolong their life, they are doing according to the order of Imam alayhi salam to spread the message of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam for those who don't know. And Imam alayhi salam had multiple meetings, multiple debates. That inshallah I will talk about one of them. If you remember last year we mentioned the debate of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam with the scholar of his time, Al-Hakam ibn Uyayna, about ranets. Ranets, other than Shia, they said ranet is halal. Haram, excuse me. Ranets, do they call it in Arabic? I don't know what do they call it in Arabic. In Persian they call it khamir maye or panir maye. In English they call it ranet, that they use in Cheetos, they use in cheese, in many places. The only religion among all the religions of Islam, Shia, Sunni, all the schools of thought, that they said ranet is halal, they are Shia. And Imam alayhi salam answered this question that why ranet is halal with a beautiful answer. I don't want to mention all of the debates, but Imam alayhi salam told that to scholar that ranet is not part of the animal. It's like an egg inside of the stomach of the chicken. If there is, for example, chicken, a dead chicken, can you eat the egg inside of that chicken? The scholar said yes. Imam alayhi salam said ranet inside of the animal, it's like an egg inside of a chicken. It's not part of that. Let's go and do a debate with him to see وآل محمد It said فقنع أبو جعفر رأسه بثوبه ومضى هو وأصحابه. Imam alayhi salam covered his face and with a group of his companions they went to the cave to see that person. When they reached there, they saw thousands of people or hundreds of people, Christians, Muslims, and also Imam alayhi salam saw the Khalifa of the time, Hisham ibn Abdul Malik. He was the Khalifa of Muslimin, but he was over there to learn from the scholar of Masihiyin. Imam alayhi salam went over there. That alim, the alim of Christian, when he came outside of the cave, he started to watching people. Hadith said like a snake. He started looking people. When he saw Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, a person who covered his face, he said, Ya Shaykh, aminna anta am min al-ummat al-marhuma. Who are you? Are you among us? Are you a Christian? Or you are among the blessed community? Like you are the one who doesn't have anything. The followers of Prophet Muhammad. قال أن صلى على محمد قال أبو جعفر بل من الأمة المرحومة. Yes. If you see that you are marhuma, yes, I am among the ummah of marhuma. قال أفمن علمائهم أنت أم من جهالهم. Are you among their scholars or you are ignorant or you are a jahil? Imam alayhi salam said أنا لست من جهالهم. I am not among ignorant ones. I am not jahil. I am not an alim. Imam alayhi salam didn't say I'm not an alim. He said أنا لست من جهال. I'm not ignorant. فقال النصراني أسألك أم تسألني. Will you start asking the debate to ask me question, or do you want me to start asking question? Imam alayhi salam said, Salmi, you start, you ask me question. فقال النصراني يا معشر النصارى رجل من أمة محمد يقول سلني إن هذا لمليء بالمصائب. A person from the followers of Prophet, he is asking me that, ask your question. It's very incredible. Look how they were blaming the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad. Why? Because most of them, they were juhal. They were not knowledgeable people. Then he started asking questions. ثم قال يا عبد الله, O the servant of God, أخبرني عن ساعة ما هي من الليل ولا هي من النهار. أي ساعة هي? Tell me about a time which is not part of day and it's not part of night. Can you answer this question? A time which is not part of day and it's not part of night. قال أبو جعفر, Imam عليه السلام said, ما بين طلوع الفجر إلى طلوع الشمس. From Adhan al-Fajr until sunrise. That person surprised. وقال النصراني فإذا لم تكن من ساعات الليل ولا من ساعات النهار فمن أي ساعة هي? If from Adhan al-Fajr until Salat, until sunrise, if it's not part of night and it's not part of day, so what is this? قال عليه السلام هي ساعات من الجنة فيها تفيق مرضانا وتوزع الأرزاق. That night from Adhan al-Fajr until sunrise is the time of heaven. It's the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfilled the requests, the hajat. It's the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala divides arzaq. And it's the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cures the patients, those who are sick. That person is surprised. فقال النصراني أسألك أم تسألني? Do you want me to ask you a question or do you want me to ask you a question? My source said, you ask your question. He said, he repeated the same word that, look, a Muslim is asking me that you ask me a question, like he's a knowledgeable person. He said, يا معشر النصارى إن هذا لم يكن, and he said, أخبرني عن أهل الجنة كيف صاروا يأكلون ولا يتغوطون أعطني مثلهم في الدنيا. We have in the Quran al-Kareem that people of heaven, they don't have urine, they don't have feces, they don't have excretes, they don't have excretes. So give me an example from dunya. They don't have daf' al-ta'am. Can you give an example? Even animals. أحسنتم. A baby in the womb of his mother, يأكل مما تأكل أمه ولا يتغوط. He eats everything his mother eats. But his mother, he has feces and urine, but he himself doesn't have. And subhanAllah, when he was born, when the baby came out of the stomach of his mother, he started to do excrete, to urine and feces. This is the miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is same example of people of heaven. And then he's surprised. He said, you told me that you are not among the scholars, but you are answering all my questions. I have a very hard question. That if you answer my question, you are a knowledgeable person. Imam said, ask you a question. He said, tell me about the name of two individuals who were born in one day. They lived together and they passed away in one day, in one time. 1 minute of them when he died was 50 years old. It's impossible. Twins, they were born in one day from one mother, from one father, and they lived together. One, when he died, was 150 years old. Another one, when he died, he was 50 years old. All people said, oh my God, now Imam al-Baqir will be embarrassed. He doesn't have any answer. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam answered the question. Imam alayhi salam said, Hum Uzayrun wa Azra. They are Uzair wa Azra. They are twins. They are from one mother and one father. They were born together, twins. They lived together for 25 years. After 25 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to take the soul of Uzair, one of those brothers, for 100 years. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the soul back in his body after 100 years. They lived together for 25 years. So for 100 years, Uzair, he was dead. And after 100 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed him to come to life again. So, and both of them lived 25 years, 25 in the beginning, 25 in the day, in the end. 100 years he was in ghaiba, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his soul. They lived, both of them. One is Azra, he lived 150 years, but Uzair, he lived only. Ask how it's possible. It's impossible to happen. That if an individual was dead for 100 years, Imam alayhi salam told him the example of Ashabul Kahf. That they died for how many years, as Allah mentioned in the Quran? 309 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If I can find the ayah, after you love salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allah says in Surah Al-Kahf, لَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ 300 سَنَةً وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعًا. 300 years and 9 years. 309 years Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took their souls. So he was quiet. And then he said, people, if we have any question, we'll ask him. What are you here? What are you doing here? He's more knowledgeable than me. These questions were the question that nobody knows the answer of these questions other than Anbiya wa Awsiya al-Anbiya. If you have any question, go and ask Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. So they went during the night. Hadith said, وَلَمَّا كَانَ اللَّيْلِ قَدَّمَ الْعَالِمُ النَّصْرَانِي إِلَى الْإِمَامِ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ. The middle of night, that Alim al-Nasrani, that famous scholar who would come outside of the cave once a year, he came to the house of Imam alayhi salam. وَشَاهَدَ مِنْهُ الْمُعْجِزَاتِ. And he saw the miracles of Imam alayhi salam. وَأَسْلَمَ بَعْدَهُ. And he became Muslim and became follower of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, ببركة of knowledge of Imam alayhi salam. So these were about some knowledge of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. How about behavioral aspect of the life of Imam alayhi salam? About ahadith of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, I chose a beautiful hadith that Imam alayhi salam told Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. Jabir ibn Yazid al-Ju'fi. Beautiful hadith. That Jabir, he came to Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. He said, Ya Ibn Rasulullah, is it enough for a Shia, for a follower of Ahlul Bayt, to say that I love Ahlul Bayt, to have love of Ahlul Bayt in his heart? Is it enough for him? Hadith said, أيكفي أن يحبس المرء نفسه على التشيع بأن يدعي حبكم أهل البيت? Is it enough for a person to say that I love Ali ibn Abi Talib, I love Fatima al-Zahra, I love Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam? Is it enough for him to be among Ahlul Jannah? Look at the response of Imam alayhi salam. Imam alayhi salam said, Ya Jabir, Wallah ma shi'atuna illa man ittaqa Allah wa ata'a. Ya Jabir, if you want to know, to recognize Shi'atu Ahlul Bayt, they have several qualities. What does it mean? Does it mean that if I don't have these qualities, I don't love Ahlul Bayt? No. It means that as much as you love Ahlul Bayt, you will have these qualities more in your life. As much as you love Ahlul Bayt, Muhammad or al Muhammad, you will have these points more in your life. It will be more highlighted in your life. Imam alayhi salam said, Wallah, ma shi'atuna illa man ittaqa Allah wa ata'a. Wallah, Shia, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, they are those who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are quiet. They are muttaqin. وَمَا كَانُوا يُعْرَفُونَ إِلَّا بِالتَّوَاضُعِ وَالتَّخَشُّعِ. The first sign or the first outcome of loving Ahlul Bayt is that you will be humble. You will have khudu', you will have khushu'. If you don't have this khudu' and khushu', then you are not a follower of Ahlul Bayt. You don't have so much of love of Ahlul Bayt. You don't have lots of love of Ahlul Bayt. What is tawadu'? Imam al-Baqir himself described tawadu. Imam alayhi salam said, "At-tawadu ar-rida bil-majlis duna shirk." If we want to say that Ali ibn Abi Talib, see if you have tawadu or not. Imam alayhi salam said, "Tawadu means to sit in a majlis without formalities, without expecting people to respect you. He is Maulana. He is reciter of Quran. Today we didn't mention Brother Abu Ali. He is Abu Ali. Sometimes he recites Dua al-Kumayn. So we need to respect him. We need to open a spot for him. No, this is not tawadu. Tawadu is to go and sit in every spot you find. التواضع الرضا بالمجلس دون شرفة وتسلم على من لقيت. And tawadu is to say salam to whoever you see, whoever you meet. He is not my friend. He was a person in my community and he left our community. I won't say salam to him. He is not among our community. He is not member of Dar-Ul-Hikmah. Why should I say salam to him? No. Salam ala man laqit. That's why Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, Prophet said, Shabihi. He's look like me in my akhlaq. How about Rasulullah? Rasulullah would say salam to everyone, even to the kids. In a beautiful hadith, Prophet said, Khamsun lastu bitarikihinna hatta al-mawat. There are 5 actions that I will perform and do them till my death. One of them is akli ma'al abid, to eat with servants. Many people, they said, no, should I sit with servants? No. Imam Rasulullah was proud of that, to sit with servants. Akli ma'al abid wa taslimi ma'as sabyan. And to say salam to the kids. لَتَكُونَ سُنَّةً مِنْ بَعْدِ. And I want it to be a sunnah after. To the point that Malik ibn Anas, the Imam of Malikiyah, he said we cannot recognize the Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam in a majlis except we could see the one who is more humble, we could say that that person is Imam al-Baqir. The one who was sitting in a corner, the one who was sitting next to the slaves, we would understand that that person is Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Same as Rasulullah. So if you want to see that you love Ahlul Bayt, you should have these tawadu. As much as tawadu you have more love of Ahlul Bayt in your heart. So first quality or first sign of Shia to Amir al-Mu'min is a tawadu. There are beautiful stories about the life of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Imam al-Baqir, his name is Baqir. Let me tell you a beautiful hadith to conclude inshallah my speech with this beautiful hadith. Hadith said, كتابيا هاجم الإمام عليه السلام واعتدى عليه. A Christian went to Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam and he started insulting Imam al-Baqir. وخاطبه بمر القول. Directly, face to face, he told Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, أنت البقر. You are the animal. I don't want to say the name of that animal. أنت بقر. You are animal. How will you respond if you hear that if a person told you that you are an animal? You will respond with worse animal, right? Look at the response of Imam. فَلَقَفَ بِهِ الْإِمَامِ. Imam alayhi salam smiled. وَقَابَلَهُ بِبَسَمَاتٍ فَاضِحَةٌ بِالْمُرُوءَةِ قَائِلٍ. Imam alayhi salam smiled. With the beautiful akhlaq, Imam alayhi salam told him, لا أنا باقر. No, I'm not Baqir. I am Baqir. Allah. Look at akhlaq al-Imam. No, I am Baqir. وراح الرجل الكتابي يهاجم الإمام قائلا. He used another word to insult Imam. فقال أنت ابن الطباخ. You are son of the one, you are son of a cook. Your mother, she was cook. She was servant. She was working in the house of people. Imam alayhi salam tabassam al-Imam. Allah. People, they are sensitive, especially about their mothers, right? He insulted mother of Imam alayhi salam. And he was expecting that Imam alayhi salam is going to answer a worse answer. فَتَبَسَّمَ الْإِمَامِ وَلَمْ يَثَرَهُ هَذَا الْإِعْتِدَاءِ. And this insult didn't affect Imam alayhi salam. He didn't show any reaction. بَلْ قَالَ لَكَ. Imam alayhi salam told him, it was her career. It was her job. And it's not shame for a person to have a career, to work, to have a job. كان حرفتها ذاك حرفتها ولم ينتهي الكتاب عن غيه وإنما راح يهاجم. And that that Christian, he didn't stop. He started insulting Imam alayhi salam more and more. And he said, Anta ibn al-Sawda al-Zanjiyya al-Badiyya. Some bad words to the mother of Imam alayhi salam. What did Imam alayhi salam say? Did he became angry to say, no, your mother is the same? No. Imam alayhi salam said, وَلَمْ يَغْضَبِ الْإِمَامِ وَإِنَّمَا قَابَلَهُ بِاللُّطْفِ. Again, Imam alayhi salam smiled. Look, this is akhlaq al-Imam. This is khushu' al-Imam. This is hilm al-Imam alayhi salam. Imam alayhi salam smiled and answered him, إِن كُنْتَ صَدَاقَةً غَفَرَ اللَّهُ. If you are true, may Allah forgive him. وَإِن كَذَبْتَ غَفَرَ اللَّهُ. But if you are liars, if you are accusing her, may Allah forgive you. When that Christian saw akhlaq al-Imam alayhi salam, وَبُهِتَ الْكِتَابِ, he was shocked. I insulted him, his mother, his family members with the good akhlaq. He answered me and he didn't insult me. وَانْبَهَرَ مِنْ أَخْلَاقِ الْإِمَامِ الَّتِي ضَارَعَتْ أَخْلَاقُ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. He's surprised because of the akhlaq al-Imam, which is a branch of akhlaq al-Anbiya. فَأَعْلَنَ إِسْلَامَهُ وَاخْتَارَ طَرِيقَ الْحَقِّ. He became Muslim and he started following Imam al-Baqir. Look at akhlaq. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah. There's many other stories about akhlaq al-Imam alayhi salam, but unfortunately my time finished. It's not enough to talk about this great individual, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, for 30, 45 minutes, 50 minutes more than this. We need nights to talk about Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Sheikh Abbas al-Qumi in Muntaha al-Awal, this book, I prepared some ahadith, 10, 15 hadith, but I don't have time to mention them. In about 60 pages, he mentioned only ahadith of Imam al-Baqir. Zurara ibn A'yun, he said, I narrated more than 1,000 ahadith from Imam al-Baqir. Abar ibn Taghlab, other companions, Jabir ibn Yazid al-Ju'fi, many people, they narrated ahadith, and all people, they started to love Imam al-Baqir. And he was a respected person among the community, between friends and enemies. And it was a problem, and it was a very big problem in the eyes of the enemies of Imam al-Baqir. One of the enemies of Imam alayhi salam who poisoned Imam alayhi salam was the Khalifa of the time, Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, La'natullah. He couldn't see the respect of people to Imam al-Baqir. He was proud of that we are from Abbas, uncle of the prophets, but people, they are respecting Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Until one day he became really mad when he saw that Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam is answering all questions and he is able to solve all problems, and he can't. If you want to turn off the lights. Until he decided to poison Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Many times, in multiple ways, he tried to poison Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, but he couldn't. And in the last try, he bought a saddle, zine or saddle, that put it on a horse. He poisoned that saddle and he gifted that saddle to Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. First of all, Imam alayhi salam refused. He said, no, I don't want this gift. I don't have a horse to ride it, to use it. He said, no, this is a gift and this is a horse as a gift to you. Put the saddle on your horse and sit on the saddle. Imam alayhi salam refused, but Hisham ibn Abdul Malik, he pushed Imam alayhi salam to sit on the saddle. What happened? SubhanAllah, the poison that enemies of Ahlul Bayt used for Ahlul Bayt were different. For example, the poison that the enemies of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam, al-Fadl, she used to poison Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam, that poison made Imam alayhi salam thirsty. The poison that Ju'ada used to poison Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam ripped and cut the livers and stomach of Imam al-Mujtaba alayhi salam. But the poison that Hisham ibn Abdul Malik used to poison Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam was a very bad poison. And that poison bothered Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam for about 5 days. And 5 days after the day that Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam sat on that saddle, Imam alayhi salam passed away. But what happened? When Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam sat on the saddle, people saw that the legs of Imam alayhi salam turned black and swollen. When Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam reached his house, he told Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, his son, "Oh my son, I cannot get off the horse. Come and help me." People, Imam al-Sadiq, the students of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, they came, they helped Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam to get off the horse. They carried Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam in his house to his room. Imam alayhi salam took rest for 5 days. And after 5 days, Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said during the time of Adhan al-Dhuhr, like 7th of the Hajj, like tomorrow, I entered to the room of my father, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, to tell him that now is the time of Salah. I called my father, "Oh, Ya ibn Rasulullah, oh the son of Prophet, Ya Baqir al-Ulum, wake up, now is the time of Salat al-Dhuhr." He said, "Well, as much as I called my father, I didn't hear any response and any answer. I entered the room, I find the body of my father faced the Qibla. When I touch the body of my father, I find him, he joined his grandfather, Rasulullah." Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam did whatever Imam al-Baqir mentioned in his will. You know, the coffin of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam wasn't one coffin. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam said, "Oh my son Imam al-Sadiq, coffin me with 3 coffins, with my amama, with my turban, with my abba, the abba that I used to wear whenever I was in my mihrab, and coffin me with an ordinary coffin." He had 3 coffins. And for his funeral, people of Medina came, thousands of people, they came for Tashri'ul Imam. But لا يبكي يومك يا أبا عبد الله Ya Imam al-Hussein, every time you mention the tragedy of Ahlul Bayt, we remember your Musiba, Ya Abu Abdullah. But all the time in Greece, I mention Musiba to Imam al-Hussein. But this time I want to recite Musiba of another person. When Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam wanted to get off the horse, he said, "Oh my son, come help me. I cannot get off the horse." But Ya Imam al-Baqir, you were in Karbala. You witnessed the tragedy of Abu Abdullah. I know a person is Karbala who was Alamdar of Hussein. Who was the carrier of the flag of Imam al-Hussein. Same person, Abu Fadl al-Abbas, he gets off or he fall off from the horse. But not only he didn't have a hand to protect himself, his body was full of arrows and spears. That's why when Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam saw the body of his brother Abu al-Fadl, he said, "Allah kasara dhahri وقلت حيلتي وشمت بعدوي." What happened to your body, oh my brother? سقای دشت کربلا ابوالفضل ابوالفضل ابوالفضل. The استنجد أبا الفضل أبا الفضل إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. عزاء الحسين.
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein,
Ya